What if I told you that your niceness, you being a nice guy, is actually the reason why people may walk all over you? You've spent your whole life trying to be a good man, trying to be a good guy. And you've equated that along the way, because this is what you've been taught, that to be that, you have to be overly accommodating, overly agreeable, please everyone else at the expense of yourself, never rock the boat, never ruffle feathers, keep everything smooth and problem-free. But the harsh truth that we all need to realise, everyone who's ever done this, myself included, needs to realise, is that this is not kind. This is a childhood survival strategy, and it is the opposite of what works as an adult. Being too nice as a man, it ruins your relationships, it ruins your confidence, and from a broader perspective, it ruins your life. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 4 brutal truths that every nice guy needs to realize if you want to move past this, fully recover, and live a life that's yours. I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm also going to give you a very practical exercise takeaway, some way that you can apply this truth in your life so you can get results fairly quickly. My name is Oliver, and over the last 3 years I've worked with over 100 men who struggle with this exact same pattern. Going from being a nice guy, people pleaser with low self-esteem and high anxiety, to being a confident, grounded leader who respects himself and others respect him too. But these 4 truths that I'm about to share with you, mate, these were the turning point for pretty much every one of these men that I work with. And once you see them, there's no going back. And the first point is that repressed anger is destroying you. Nice guys, they don't do anger. They don't get angry. What they do is they swallow it. They bottle it up, they repress it, they smile through it. But that anger, it does not go away. In fact, the more that you push it down, the more that anger that would have been quite useful in the moment to protect your self-respect, your space and your boundaries, turns into a kind of repressed rage and a deep resentment. And if it doesn't turn into that, it can turn into anxiety. Chronic anxiety can often be anger in disguise. It can often turn into passive aggressiveness, where a nice guy is actually subtly jabbing everyone around him for things that he's kind of pissed off about, but he's not being direct about. And in the worst cases, mate, some of my clients in the past had physical pain. They had neck pain. They had chronic back pain. This stuff is psychosomatic, and it comes from an entire lifetime's worth of repressed rage. So mate, if this applies to you, if you can sense this in yourself, I want you to give this a go. For the next 7 days, I want you every night to take out a pen and paper, and I want you to write about everything that pisses you off. Think of this as a kind of anger cleanse. Not only are you getting in contact with what pissed you off, frustrated you, annoyed you even slightly, but you're also, by doing this, cathartically releasing it. Journal about the stuff that annoyed you about other people and what they did, but you never said. To your ex, to your girlfriend, to your boss, you can even think of people in the past who you still harbour resentment towards. No filter. Reclaiming your anger is about reclaiming your power. The part of you that gets angry is the part of you that's capable of saying no, saying back off when it's necessary. Because if you don't access that part of you, then your life is pretty much up for grabs for anyone who wants a piece of it. Now, most guys never face this next truth because it's uncomfortable. In fact, actually, mate, it's pretty humiliating. But it's the most important truth that you will ever face, mate, if you want to move past and break this pattern. And this second truth is that you're not actually nice. You're manipulative. The people-pleasing, the apologising, the over-explaining, the avoiding telling the truth, withholding, sugarcoating, changing details of certain stories, all of this stuff, mate, it's not nice, it's not kind, it's a manipulative attempt for you to control the situation, for you to gain love, acceptance, approval and validation without risking rejection. So this week, mate, to apply this, to reverse this truth, what I want you to do is all week, I want you to say no at least 5 times. Do not over-explain, do not apologise, do not give a reason for it. Sit in the discomfort of the no and watch what happens. It's time to drop that nice guy smiling mask of manipulation, let's be honest, and start being honest, raw, and real. And the third harsh truth that you need to realize is that if you're wearing this nice guy mask, on some level, mate, you are still trying to get your dad's approval. Most nice guys had distant, neglectful, abusive, critical, or judgmental fathers, or completely absent fathers. So as kids, they became the good boy. They became the good boy to avoid punishment, to win approval and affection through performance. All of this was to avoid punishment or to get praise. And the truth is, mate, this performance, this good boy performance that you adopted when you were a kid became the nice guy syndrome that you now experience as an adult. That same strategy never went away. It just evolved into a new form. And the performance continues at work, in your relationships, even in your own head. What I want you to do, mate, is I want you to put pen to paper again this week. And I want you, got a busy week, I want you to write a letter to your father and don't send it. I want you to say all the things that you never said. I want you to really go deep on this. Express the rage, express the grief. Think of all the things that he did do that you did not like. Think of all the ways that he didn't show up that you needed. Think of all the times, all the memories, all the things that you still may resent him for. This is called a shadow letter. And it's one of the most powerful exercises that I ever give my clients when it comes to healing their father wound that sits at the root of this nice guy mask. Until you stop trying to be this perfect son that you thought he wanted, you will never be the man that you really are. And hard truth number 4 is that radical honesty is the gateway to real confidence. Real confidence isn't all about creating this perfect persona, saying the right thing, knowing exactly how to flirt, being this smooth, problem-free James Bond character. That's not what real confidence is. That's a performance. Some of the most deeply wounded people I've ever met in my life have been these suave pickup artist game guys who have a perfect image, but if you just scratch below the surface, tears, pain, wounding, they're not really confident. They're just wearing their dad's suit, basically. So real confidence is actually built through facing the truth of yourself, and you do that by communicating that truth to other people. This is what I call the authentic communication feedback loop. And you share the truth even when your voice shakes. Do not expect to be comfortable when you do this, but mate, what I need you to do is I need you to say an uncomfortable truth to somebody else. You can use your journal and identify all the things that you're holding back on, all the things that you're tolerating at work. Maybe there's an uncomfortable conversation that you know deep within that you need to have. Start small if you need to, express a differing opinion, etc. Say no to an invitation. Start small, but start. Because every time you speak your truth, even imperfectly, you build self-trust. And self-trust is the basis for real, genuine, authentic confidence. Let's recap. 1, your repressed anger is destroying your life and you need to overcome that. 2, this nice guy act is actually a subtle form of manipulation, not kindness. And the only way out of that is to start being real. 3, you're still trying to get your dad's approval and you need to step out of his shadow. And 4, radical honesty is how you truly gain authentic confidence. Through doing this, through letting go of the nice guy mask and being truthful, you are actually being more kind than you were previously. This is not about being an asshole. You can still be loving. You will be considerably more powerfully loving when you can offer your truth to people, because the only real kindness, mate, serves you and other people at the same time. Otherwise, it's just self-sacrifice, it's martyrdom. Because the world doesn't need more nice guys who are suffering inside. The world needs more men who have fully come online. So start with yourself, mate, and start today. If you want help doing this step by step, I have a 5-day email series called Kill the Nice Guy that walks you through step by step how to get started on this. Download it using the link in the pinned comment down below. I'll see you in there, and I'll see you in the next video, mate. Stay courageous.